evening, Tom. A strange one this, isn't it? Wednesday on a Friday.
Hello there, good evening to you too. Very happy Friday. Welcome to the final of 3 instalments this week on Fournilwrittenalloverit. We've been overwhelmed by the support and delighted with the support on all of the videos this week. It turns tonight into a bit of a must-win to avoid being cut away from the pack at this early stage, in particular in terms of this weekend. But then also, bizarrely, a win would take us back out the relegation zone should the results go our way tomorrow. It is great to have you back with us, and we are hurtling towards 18,000 subscribers, and following a big influx this week, we are just short of 300 away.
Wow.
So like, subscribe down below, that'd be fantastic. I'm assuming you're going to ask for 1,000 likes again.
Well, I'm going to ask for 1,000 likes, and also, Tom, I'm going to ask Sheffield Wednesday fans who will be watching this.
They might remember us from a couple of years ago. I had less facial hair.
Yeah, and I had no hair, so let's...
Still.
Yes, still.
I think tonight my hope would be that we've soul searched since Wednesday morning, strip it back to basics a little bit, set up to be solid, and try and stop shipping goals within the first couple of minutes, and try and stop scoring own goals would be great as well. I think that's a good place to start. Danny Roll is a touch over a year into the job at Sheffield Wednesday and brings a side down with Deshaun Bernard and Jamal Lowe in it. A fantastic set of supporters hailing from a real great footballing city in our nation. And Andrew, it's great to have this one as a championship fixture.
I would describe Sheffield Wednesday as a massive club in this country. They've been thick and thin like us, real true football fans, and that's what I like about them. When you're under pressure, Tom, you're at this end of the table.
In any walk of life.
Any walk of life, and anything you're doing, you've got to fight for it. Fight Pompey, and then you'll get out of this situation. So let's just fight for it.
Blinded by the light.
It's bright tonight.
Oh mate, let's hope it's bright on the pitch as well, eh?
You look like Kenny Jackett. Mid 20. How are you?
Very good, you mate.
Yes, I'm sorry, I tried to work out what you said then. Very good to you, mate.
Yeah.
All very quickly. Yes, I'm well. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you? Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you. How much would you associate yourself with this? We need to stop putting ourselves in positions where it's about responding.
A performance like we did against Cardiff and Stoke is obviously completely unacceptable for the level of football that we want to be playing at, especially next season. And, you know, the fans back them home and away every single week. And obviously the nicest thing at this moment in time is probably the response that you get to your videos, you know, the nice comments and things, and people sticking together and obviously appreciating the work that you give to them, because your analysis of games has to be honest and truthful and transparent with the rest of the people. And I think sometimes when you take a backward step from actually doing the channel and looking at your football club that you love, seeing them in the position that they are in and not maybe putting 100% in each game is really unfortunate, and it's upsetting.
You and I have spoken extensively through the week about what we feel is wrong, what I feel is wrong, and you've kind of help me talk it through. You know, I'm reluctant to say go into major detail tonight because I think it's something that we maybe want to get into on Sunday, but there are certain fundamentals that aren't happening.
Messino now has another opportunity to change the fortunes and get the fans back on its side tonight.
First 20 minutes we've got to match the intensity, and we've got to match the intensity all game.
I want to just see a team that looks like they're actually playing with each other, for the badge, for the shirt. That's what seems to be lacking.
At the end of the day, it's 11 v 11, and the first principle is you don't concede as many as what your opposition do.
More goals in their net than goals in ours.
You know, you've got to be solid in defence. Your style of play changes, but your principles of play don't. And you've got to be compact out of possession. And when you're compact out of possession, teams don't score against you.
I'm going to go for 2-0 Portsmouth. I'm feeling a 0-0.
I'm going to say 1-1.
3-1 Lang Stadium Ports. 3-1 Stadium Lang.
I'm nervous, and if I'm totally honest, I'm normally quite optimistic. I'm a bit worried tonight.
You know, I said on the podcast the other week, when Marlon's
on the podcast,
yeah, you know, I think you're on it as well.
3-1 Pompey.
2-1 Pompey.
2-1.
Well, it's been disappointing for the start of the season,
It has.
but I reckon we'll win this one 2-1.
I reckon they're going to keep positive, we're going to win tonight, and Fournilwrittenalloverit and way!
The last 3 games away have been absolute joke, but I think today could be the one that changes it. It's got to be, innit? We ain't got much choice.
The amount of times we came back from losing positions last season, like halfway through the season we were already breaking records with coming from behind. Don't put that in.
Nobody deserves it better than you do, all the positivity, so...
Half an hour in, Pompey starting to find the way into this. Feels like something's coming.
after Tuesday and the Stoke game, what you want is effort, and you want them to be. They look like they actually want to be there tonight. Whereas Tuesday night you're watching it and you think they don't really want to be there. We do look very fragile in defence.
Does it look like a side that's had the stuffing knocked out of it over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, of course. When we do lose, we lose massively. It's like the whole team implodes.
Don't press in ones and twos if you're going to do it, because otherwise you just get played through.
You've got to go free, bang, straight through.
Obviously 1-0 up, we need to hold on to it. I think it comes back to what we've said in previous games. The first 5-10 minutes of the second half is key.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Devlin, because he's come in and what a player he's looked.
Does not look out of place at right back whatsoever, does he?
Fantastic.
If you didn't know him, you'd think he's a right back.
100%. Yeah. He was great, yeah, and I'll give him that.
It's nice to actually be ahead at half time, isn't it?
Unbelievable effort. Of course it's Michael Smith.
It's getting harder, isn't it?
We're going to try and get through these next couple of minutes, and I hope by the end of you watching them you will have taken something of what I've got to say. It is genuinely like turning up to the gunfight at the OK Corral with a water pistol, and that triggers connotations of an unpreparedness. I'm afraid to say we were unprepared both today. We've been unprepared for the majority of this season. We were perhaps unprepared in the summer. It's not even the end of October. Pompey are in serious, serious trouble. On this current trajectory, we're going down. We've taken 8 points from a possible 36 at the start of this season. After that loss tonight, there were 36 points available to us from minute 1 at Ellen Road to now.
We're over a quarter of the way through the season.
We've taken 8 of them. We're a quarter of the way through the season. If current trajectory continues, we've taken roughly 22 and a bit % of the points available to us. If we take 22 and a bit % of the points available to us all season, we'll end up scraping 30 points, 15 to 20 short of championship survival. I think that paints a picture. Before we get into any more of Dan's thoughts, I want to give massive credit to Sheffield Wednesday. Watched them from afar this season so far. Very much feel like when Barry Bannon's not on it, or when Barry Bannon sneezes, the rest of Sheffield Wednesday's team catch a cold. However, when he is on it, they tick like an absolute machine. They did tonight. Michael Smith scores an absolute worldie. They're thoroughly deserving of that. I thought actually horror trip down to Fratton Park on a Friday night, we could actually take advantage of that, but we didn't. And the 500-mile round trip for Sheffield Wednesday fans, who I'm sure there are a few of you watching, that'll feel like absolutely nothing. Wish you all the best for the rest of your season until we see you at Hillsborough. And actually, I feel like we're going to have a very, very similar season, if not maybe even a slightly worse season than you had in the Championship last season. So if you cast your mind back, that's that feeling right now. That's what we've got. One thing that someone said to me this week, Dan, is that Pompey is supporting Pompey is never for the glory. It's actually much more important than that. That feels particularly resonant tonight. It's been a dreadful, dreadful week. QPR feels like a lifetime ago. It'll be a week tomorrow. How long's that week felt?
Longer than the 2 weeks before, if I'm honest.
If you were with us, viewers, you'd see the steam coming out of both our ears. But how do you sum that one up?
You wanted me to give a little bit of credit to Sheffield Wednesday. I thought second half they were very good. First half I thought was very even. Second half they were very good. But I also felt we made them look good, Tom. You know, we go in at half time, having got the goal, but then the second half starts and we just seem to set off them from the start. Things start happening, they get the equaliser, they raise a head of steam, and particularly after their first goal, you know, for me, you know, we lose our heads a little bit. You spoke, Tom, about bringing a water pistol to a gunfight. One of the infuriating things for me is I don't think this is simply down to a lack of ability. I thought that I saw a lot of players within that side prove that they can compete at this level. You know, performances like Burnley feel a world away. We were competing against some very good teams, and the feeling coming into this period was very much that if we carry on competing, we'll be okay. But we've got to this period, Tom, and my question to you is, we've stopped competing. Devlin and Lang aside, Lang's my player of the season, Devlin definitely my man of the match tonight.
Devlin was absolutely fantastic tonight, and so was Lang, and we need more of that. That's what we need, more of that from everyone.
Sheer honest endeavour. Everything that a Fratton Park crowd warms to and respects is embodied in those two. Too often this season we've been masters of our own downfall in terms of giving the ball away and allowing ourselves to be turned over high up the pitch.
There's still a long way to go, and we need a little bit more luck, we need a little bit more impetus in certain areas, and we need to know our starting lineup. It's time. We're going to go to Hull and then they'll Plymouth away, so that's 2 easy games.
The clocks go back early on Sunday morning, viewers. If you are yet to notice, there's your little your warning, your pre-warning. I feel like Pompey might be already calling time on their stay in the Championship at this incredibly early stage, and then part of me says, well, Tom, you must be completely crazy because we're not even out of October yet. But I have seen nothing so far evidence to me that makes me think that this is going to change anytime soon.
Too often we're checking inside, we're playing in front of traffic, and I feel like when we are playing football, we're not playing where we can hurt teams, Tom.
See you in a week or so's time. Thanks for watching, keep the faith, and as always...
Play up, Pompey!